Good, you held it. Look at that. We were checking. We were watching to see if you could hold that moment for longer than an instant, and you did. How do you hold the break open place? Let's just review to make sure we're all on the same page. You hold the break open place by being aware that the survival instinct will be in conflict with you, and you know how to handle the survival instinct. How do you handle the survival instinct? By recognizing that the survival instinct's job is to keep you alive, which means anything new is a threat. The same hasn't killed you, therefore it's success. Change could kill you, therefore it's too risky to contemplate. This is why it's very difficult for you to change. Lightworkers on the ascension path learn very quickly that you have to confront the survival instinct to put it in its place. The survival instinct is necessary, valuable, and wonderful when it's in its place. It's not in charge of the spiritual journey. It is in charge of the body's existence. When the body's existence, or the survival instinct, starts to encroach into the spiritual journey, another way to say this is when thinking tries to run the spiritual journey, there will be conflict. The spiritual journey is not provable to the mind, therefore the mind will never be satisfied with it, and it wants to chew on it instead of experience it. The survival instinct is never going to be willing to let you try exciting new things that you think that are expansive and transformational without a fight. It won't. So you have to be able to say, yes, 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 I hear you, and it is not interesting to me what you're saying. Go back to, taking care of the body. One of the ways we've said to do this in the past is when you find yourself caught up in those sorts of things is to say, go count the white blood cells, please. And the interesting thing about just saying that to your body or your mind or your survival instinct, go count the white blood cells, is it causes a break open place. Because your brain goes, huh? And in that moment, you have an instant of break open place. And what we're wanting you guys to see is that these break open places may not be lengthy, but you can make them be frequent. And the more frequent they are, the more often they'll be close together, which will fake you into thinking they lasted a long time. Until eventually they can last longer than just a glimmer or a few seconds. The break open place. The place where there's quiet, which you sometimes mistake for boredom, which you sometimes mistake for nothing's going on, which you sometimes mistake for I'm dying because I don't feel adrenaline. Very, very interesting when the lack of adrenaline response starts functioning in your body. It can be very, very easy to try to categorize that. And the big thing that we really want you to be careful about is not categorizing the experiences you have in the break open place based on previously established categories, like bored, like numb. The break open place feels brand new until you shove it in an old cubbyhole to try to find comfort. When you're in the break open place, allow yourself to say, I don't know what this is. I don't have an actual threat to my life, so therefore the survival instinct really does not need to play here. I'm responding to my life without adrenaline, so if I interpret that as fear or as boredom, that's a mistake on my part. Instead, it's an opening to whatever is true. That's why we've been on What is True Now so much. What is true now? I'm in a break open place. I'm trying to categorize it as something. It really doesn't fit anything. So I'm defaulting to suffering, because I'm used to defaulting by suffering, by making myself feel bored or this or that or this or that or this or that, instead of going, what is it really? I'm reacting to my life from a non-adrenaline place. I'm reacting to my life from a non-duality place. And that is bliss. Labeled as bliss a long time ago by Eloheim. A triggering word, but why not? Bliss is a state with no opposite. Bliss is a state where you're in is, where you're in true, where you're in now, without feeling as though you are in jeopardy or you're confused. You're just in now, be, is. And when you're in now, be, is, what happens is you may flail about, sometimes very vigorously, to categorize it, and we encourage you over and over again, do not try to categorize it. You have nothing to compare it to. That's the whole point. We're doing something brand new. When you're in this place, and you don't categorize it, and you don't flail about looking for something that feels familiar, and you allow yourself to explore it instead, the opportunity occurs for you to start having a brand new relationship to your world. For Veronica, coming from this place has looked very, very fascinating. And what's happening is there have been lots and lots and lots and lots and lots, and we mean lots, of what you call synchronicities. And the world being very, very small. And you think something and it shows up really quickly. And you have experiences where there are winks every frickin' second. And by winks, of course, we mean when things come together in such a way that you can tell the universe is winking at you. Like, get it? Get it? Do you see it? Isn't that cool? Yeah. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots, and we mean lots of this happening all the time. All the time. A funny one. She was at her cello recital practice, right? She goes to cello recital practice. One of the kids in the cello recital is playing an actual song rather than a little tune out of their book, a song that you hear, you know, that a major band plays. Veronica gets in the car, that song's on the radio. That's just one. It's happening all the time. There was a person that used to be part of the circle she hasn't thought of for several years. Sasha mentioned her to Veronica. Veronica went home, turned on Facebook. You know, Veronica has 5,000 Facebook friends. Boom, there's a post from this woman at the top of the page. She hasn't seen a post for her ever. Hasn't thought about her in 3 years. You see? Makes you have to be really careful what you let in, right? That going back to that thing we talked about last week where who are you letting into your life? Because the people and things and events and thoughts and feelings that you let into your life, you're emanating out. What you let in, you emanate out. So be really, 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 and we mean really, aware of what you're letting in. Your vibration is high enough. Your level of consciousness is high enough. The opportunity is ripe. The energy is perfect for a lot of instantaneous and immediate manifestation type things, especially if you don't demand that it's $100 bills and gold bricks. If you just let it be life, letting life instantaneously manifest for you. Connections, full circles. Checking things off of your list of things to do, right? If you allow life to flow in the break open place where you don't have to be in duality. Aha to aha to aha to aha to wink to wink to wink to wink can be the way you experience this world. And we don't mean can be for 5 years from now, or can be 3 years from now, or can be 1 year from now. We mean now. N-O-W now. This isn't something that you're hoping will happen eventually. This is something that is already now. The break open place. We're going to let Elohim come and talk to you guys about this break open place. When you're really in the moment, that's what Elohim's going to talk about. All right.
Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.